Welcome to another edition of Jet Setting. I'm Ken Wiebe from Post Media, joined today by Paul Edmonds, radio voice of the Winnipeg Jets. Paul, Jets had a two-game winning streak stopped by the Tampa Bay Lightning. What did we learn about both the Jets and the Lightning in that marquee matchup earlier this week?
Well, I think the question about the Winnipeg Jets will follow after Friday's game against Carolina. We'll learn a little bit more about them. Are they really, truly out of that funk that they were in for a couple of weeks? You know, you rattle off 2 straight wins, and then you get in against probably the best team in the National Hockey League for more reasons than just the standings. So I think that question is still remaining to be answered. But what we do know about Tampa is they came as advertised. Certainly the Winnipeg Jets saw them back in December and prevailed in overtime with a Mark Scheifele goal. And Winnipeg, to their credit, were without Dustin Byfuglien, Adam Lowry, and Josh Morrissey. 3 key pieces to their blue line and certainly up the middle on their defensive side and on their third line with the center and Lowry. But boy, from the goaltender out, and Andrei Vasilevsky to Victor Hedman to all of the support pieces up front to the star power that they have in the vaunted power play, Tampa is the team to beat. Now, there's a lot of hockey to be played, Ken, between now and then, but I think that they have to be the runaway favorite to place the Stanley Cup for the second time in franchise history. A lot of things can happen along the way, as I mentioned, but a very good team. A team that I haven't seen assembled like this in the 5 years that I've been doing this full time.
Well, a scary moment for the Jets. During that game, Connor Hellebuyck taking a one-timer right off the button. He was fortunate to not be injured and come back into the game, but what's going through your mind in the booth when you see that? We've seen it in practices when we played and watched hockey before, but boy, oh boy, the way he went down and wobbled, that was a scary moment for him, wasn't it?
Well, what went through my mind was thankfully Jacques Plante decided to put on the mask so all goaltenders could wear them. He was the pioneer in that department, and obviously the protection that the goaltenders have now is far beyond when he decided to put on a mask in game, if you will. But I'm also thinking that Connor Hellebuyck might have to have concussion protocol, which he didn't. He just got kind of taped up. They stitched him up later. But I'm also thinking, boy, this is a real tough situation for Laurent Brossoit, as proved by the power play goal that was scored. I mean, it's a shot that is a rocket from the near side wall to us. That's a one-timer, off the stick, off the post and in. It's almost virtually unstoppable. And then Connor Hellebuyck comes back. So I think that he certainly got a lot of plaudits from his team for being a battle guy and a warrior that way. But it's an awful tough situation to go out for Connor Hellebuyck, back in for Laurent Brossoit mid-game, and he doesn't even get a warm-up shot. It's a power play for Tampa, and then Connor Hellebuyck gets back in the hockey game. So it, I think, didn't unravel the Winnipeg Jets, but it was an awful, difficult situation, an adverse situation to come back from mid-game.
Yeah, and what a stupid rule. I'm sorry. I mean, both of us have covered baseball. The guy's in for 3 minutes and 11 seconds, gives up the third goal when the team's already trailing. You can't give Brossoit a loss in that situation. That needs to be remedied by the National Hockey League. It's happened to him twice this year, but I digress.
Well, the other one was in Calgary on the 5 goals given up in the first period by Connor Hellebuyck, or by the Winnipeg Jets overall, and then he came in, and while he didn't give up the game-winning goal, per se, he still got tagged with the loss. It's a ridiculous rule. You need to adopt the starting pitcher rule in baseball. It needs to be applicable to goaltenders in the National Hockey League as well.
One last one, Paul. The Jets were very active at the NHL trade deadline. What have you thought of the way some of these pieces have fit in, specifically Kevin Hayes at center and Nathan Beaulieu on the back end?
Well, Kevin Hayes is a real good 200-foot player. We've seen that on display in the short period of time that he's been with the Winnipeg Jets. And I really think that as a finesse guy with a big body, he can skate, and he can not only keep up, he can drive the pace with Kyle Connor and Nikolai Ehlers straight lines. So I really like the addition in terms of depth at the forward core for the Winnipeg Jets and Kevin Hayes. And then Nathan Beaulieu has been very good paired with Jacob Trouba. And you wonder why these guys get cast in certain situations and they get bounced around a little bit. But I think that he's found a way to get himself into the lineup, and he's found maybe a home here in Winnipeg. Might be a little bit early, but Paul Maurice, I think, gave him the biggest kudo, and that was his game fits the Western Conference style. And we've seen him get a little bit more comfortable with each game, not only defending down low with a little bit of a nasty streak. He's not going to go looking for it, but he can move the puck, and he's jumped up into the rush. 2 really good additions. And then the third guy for me has been Par Lindholm, who in the last 2 games of the injury absence, or pardon me, the suspension absence of Adam Lowry, has looked real good in forwarding that fourth line and centering that line. So all three pickups have proved early that the Winnipeg Jets need some depth in those departments, and those three guys have certainly filled that.
Thanks for the insight, Paul Edmonds. For Jet Sitting, I'm Ken Wiebe. Thanks for watching.